Mr. President,
Welcome to African Spotlight 24, your premier source for news and current affairs from across the continent. We're glad you're here. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and turn on notification to stay up to date with the latest news and analysis. Your support helps us reach more people. Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information and is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. African Spotlight 24 does not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations throughout Africa.
thank you very much. Congratulations, Mr. President. I hope I pronounced my felicitation properly. For me, it was an honor to be part of these commemorative events devoted to the great victory anniversary, and I would like to thank you for inviting us. It was a great honor for us. And I need to say that during this visit, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about culture, about history, that laid the foundation of the resistance of the Russian people, of its struggle. I learned of sacrifices your people made, and due to these sacrifices, we are free now. And I would like to thank you once again for this invitation, and this meeting allows us to think about what's happening in the world today and to think about the prospects as well. The obstacles that we can see today must not stop us. These obstacles, in some way, they are even an advantage, because despite all the sanctions that were imposed on the Russian Federation by many states, Russia is still holding the leading position internationally, and we understand this. We understand how difficult it is. And I watched the parade. I watched the soldiers marching in front of us during the parade. I saw the equipment, including the tanks that from the times of World War II, and I saw the modern equipment, and we would like to see the cooperation between our countries developing rapidly, developing swiftly, and acquire new shapes and forms. We thank you for your attitude towards Burkina Faso. Today I visited Mendeleev Institute, and we understand that apart from defense and security, there is another essential field, which is science and education, and we would like to see Russia assisting us in training and educating our youth to help us to develop our own industries, our own enterprises, machinery, other types of manufacturing, because it's very important for Africa. We believe that terrorism that we can see today is a legacy of imperialism, and that's something that we fight against. If we put an end to this war, if we have a strong army, then we can develop our motherland. This is why we continue to fight. That is why we have this struggle. That's why it's important to train personnel, to educate people. In Africa, Africa needs a lot when it comes to equipment, when it comes to technology and machinery, and there are a lot of expectations in this regard. And that's why we still need to do a lot, we need to work a lot, and we would like to request an assistant, and the most important thing you can help with is this exchanges, transfers of technology, exchange of experience. We need to understand how we can use the experience and the know-how that Russian universities have and how we can spread it to Burkina Faso, how we can open branches of the Russian universities and Burkina Faso to be more efficient in the way we educate our people, our citizens. This is the essential task that we are faced with. We would like to see Burkina Faso developing, and we would like to see students coming to us to learn various sciences. We can see great young people in the Russian Federation. Among them, there are a lot of researchers, young scientists, and we would like to learn from you. And another important area is military. We have a lot of projects in the field of defense.
The year is 2025 and a seismic discovery has just been made. In the heart of Africa, beneath the dusty plains of Burkina Faso, an astonishing 50 billion barrels of oil have been uncovered. Overnight, this small West African nation is transformed into an energy powerhouse. But how did this happen, and what does it mean for the global balance of power? Despite the recent coup and the ensuing sanctions, gold production in Mali has remained steady around 60 tons per year, thanks to the efforts of its national company, Sabadoy. Interestingly, while Mali sits on a gold mine, it grapples with a pressing energy crisis. The country's electricity access hovers around a paltry 20%, far below the average of 48% across sub-Saharan Africa. This monumental find occurred in the Sahelian nation of Burkina Faso, situated in one of the driest regions on Earth. Overnight, Burkina Faso was catapulted into the global spotlight as an energy powerhouse. The impact was nothing short of seismic, redefining the nation's role on the world stage and opening up unprecedented opportunities for growth and development. To make matters worse, Mali is saddled with debts from failed infrastructure projects, leaving it high and dry without the funds to develop its own oil and gas resources. According to estimates from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, global petroleum and other liquids consumption is projected to soar from 120 million barrels per day in 2023 to an astonishing 141 million barrels per day in 2050. With the world's appetite for oil showing no signs of waning, Burkina Faso is strategically positioned to capitalize on this surge in demand with its newfound reserves. Enter a little-known Russian company, Zarubezhneft, a subsidiary of Russia's state-owned energy giant, Zarubezhneft. First and foremost, Russia's state-owned energy giant Zarubezhneft is committed to investing heavily in Burkina Faso's oil sector. Russia is committed to investing in cutting-edge technologies that will transform Burkina Faso's oil fields into a hub of activity. They are deeply invested in fostering peace and stability in the region, recognizing the importance of a secure environment for investment and growth. Russia is working closely with local authorities to support initiatives that promote dialogue, reconciliation, and sustainable development. By addressing the root causes of conflict and promoting inclusive governance, Russia is helping to create a lasting legacy of peace and prosperity in Burkina Faso. With the discovery of 50 billion barrels of oil, Burkina Faso has emerged as a key player in the global energy market. Russia's state-owned energy giant, Zarubezhneft, has taken the lead in this transformative journey by securing a significant 40% stake in the country's oil industry. Through substantial investments, advanced technologies, and a commitment to infrastructure development, Russia is helping to unlock the full potential of Burkina Faso's vast oil reserves. Moreover, Russia's focus on fostering peace and stability in the region underscores its dedication to creating a sustainable future for Burkina Faso. However, it is crucial to acknowledge the skepticism and challenges that persist regarding Russia's intentions in the region. Despite these doubts, Russia's commitment to Burkina Faso's growth and development shines through in its concrete actions and tangible investments. Only time will reveal the full impact of this extraordinary partnership and how it will shape the future of oil in Africa and beyond. State-of-the-art equipment Advanced pipelines and modern logistics systems will ensure the seamless transportation of oil from the point of extraction to the final consumer. By investing in world-class infrastructure, Russia is not only boosting Burkina Faso's oil production capacity, but also enhancing the country's attractiveness to international investors and trading partners. Their presence in the country serves as a beacon of hope, illuminating a path towards a brighter future. Only time will tell how this extraordinary partnership between Russia and Burkina Faso will shape the future of the oil industry in Africa and beyond. Their state-of-the-art technology and highly skilled workforce will play a pivotal role in maximizing the potential of Burkina Faso's oil reserves. By tapping into Russia's vast pool of knowledge and experience, Burkina Faso can ensure efficient and sustainable extraction practices, thereby enhancing the country's reputation, a reliable oil producer on the world stage. While their collaboration holds immense promise, there are forces that seek to undermine this burgeoning relationship. Detractors both near and far are eager to cast doubt on the motives behind Russia's engagement in the region. Critics argue that Russia's true intentions are rooted in geopolitical gains rather than genuine collaboration. They claim that Russia seeks to exploit Burkina Faso's vast resources for its own benefit while offering little in return. Such skepticism not only hampers the progress of this important partnership, but also threatens the hard-earned stability of the region. The company has already pledged to pump at least 200,000 barrels per day by 2025, a figure that represents a substantial portion of the country's total output. This influx of investment is set to fuel Burkina Faso's economic growth, creating numerous job opportunities and propelling the country towards becoming a significant player in the global oil market. Zerubezneft's presence in Burkina Faso goes beyond just investment. Their journey is fraught with challenges, including navigating complex legal landscapes, building robust infrastructure, and fostering strong relationships with local communities. They are taking giant strides in building world-class oil refineries within Burkina Faso itself. By establishing these refineries, Russia will not only add value to the country's raw oil, but also create a much-needed strategic asset. Local refining will reduce transportation costs, enhance energy security, and stimulate economic growth, positioning Burkina Faso as a key player in the regional oil industry. Yet they are undeterred. With the backing of a global giant like Zerubezneft and the full support of the Burkinabe government, they are poised to make history. The company has taken the lead in developing the nation's first oil refinery. This marks a significant step towards refining the country's crude oil domestically, reducing reliance on foreign refineries, and boosting the local economy. But the true gold mine lies in the manpower aspect of the deal. Burkinabe officials have revealed that Zerubezneft has brought in a staggering 18,000 Russian experts to spearhead the project. These experts are not just skilled professionals, they are pioneers paving the way for a new era in Burkina Faso's history. Their exploration activities were shrouded in secrecy until recently. Up until late 2023, their operations were a closely guarded secret, but now the cat's out of the bag. In a stunning revelation, Burkina Faso's Minister of Petroleum, Ba Ouattara, has unveiled the mind-boggling details of their partnership with Zerubezneft. The deal struck in August 2024 has granted the Russian giant a remarkable 40% stake in the country's oil sector. Join me as we delve into the extraordinary story of Burkina Faso's oil bonanza and uncover the geopolitical tremors that are about to reshape the world order. Just months after the coup, Russia and Mali signed a landmark deal in December 2024, setting the stage for joint ventures in gold mining and paving the way for Russia's first overseas nuclear power plant. And when Burkina Faso's military leader, Paul-Henri Damiba, seized power in a bloodless coup in January 2022, it marked a significant shift in the region's political dynamics. This move not only toppled the long-serving president Christian Karl Zita, but also severed Burkina Faso's last ties to French leadership, culminating in the expulsion of French troops and the closure of French schools and businesses. Burkina Faso was officially charting its own course away from its colonial past. And let's not forget the icing on the cake, a pledge of military support from Russia, promising to help Mali acquire advanced weaponry and aircraft. But the coup and the sanctions have had ripple effects across the region. Neighboring Burkina Faso, already grappling with the jihadist insurgency, saw its own currency plummet, its gold production dip, and its foreign reserves dwindle. Faced with dwindling state coffers and an army ill-equipped to handle the growing security threats, Burkina Faso found itself on a precarious edge. Russia's hunger for global influence knows no bounds. As the war in Ukraine rages, the Kremlin's ambitions stretch far beyond the battlefield. A quiet coup in Mali has opened up a vast new arena for Russian ambition, all thanks to a 50 billion barrel oil discovery. EU imports of Malian gold skyrocket from a mere 8 tons in 2023 to a staggering 76 tons in November 2024 alone. That's a 10x increase in just 1 year. This unexpected bonanza has propelled Mali into the top 5 gold exporters worldwide, rubbing shoulders with giants like China, Switzerland, Canada, and India. Mali is making a name for itself. And guess who's sitting pretty at the center of this golden opportunity? Russia. With sanctions lifted, EU companies are free to snap up stakes in Malian mines once again, but they're not the only ones. China has swooped in with its own enticing offers, further deepening Mali's economic ties with Russia and China. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering, Mali? What's the deal with that country? Well, let me bring you up to speed. Back in May 2024, Russia's Wagner mercenary group orchestrated a palace coup in this landlocked West African nation. Led by Yevgeny Prigozhin, the group ousted President Ibrahim Traore, marking a significant stride in Russia's campaign to expand its influence in the volatile Sahel region. But it's not just power that Russia has gained. With the Malian coup, Russia has also gained access to one of the most promising oil reserves in Africa. This windfall could potentially earn Mali over $100 billion annually, a sum that dwarfs the $4 billion received during the years of the French colonial regime. Now fast forward to the end of 2024, the European Union lifts sanctions on Malian gold and the floodgates open. Yet this isn't the full story. Enter Russia, the savior in shining armor. Russia has wasted no time in swooping in to fill the void left by France. In stepped Russia, extending a lifeline of support to help stabilize the volatile nation. And then came the game changer, the discovery of the century, 50 billion barrels of oil. But who's behind this incredible discovery and how did they pull it off? The financial stakes are equally impressive, with Zarubezhneft pouring in nearly $900 million into the venture. But there's more to this agreement than meets the eye. As the Russian team settles into the country, they face the monumental task of transforming Burkina Faso into a major player in the oil industry. And the timing couldn't be better. As the world transitions towards cleaner energy sources, the demand for oil continues to rise. But how exactly is Russia leveraging this opportunity? Let's take a closer look at their grand plan. Furthermore, Russia's expertise in oil extraction and refining is unparalleled. But Russia's ambitions don't stop at just extracting and refining oil. But the true extent of Russia's vision becomes apparent when we examine their plans for infrastructure development. Yet Russia's commitment to Burkina Faso extends beyond just economic growth and infrastructure development. However, it would be wise to ignore the shadow looming over this burgeoning partnership between Russia and Burkina Faso. Despite these challenges, Russia remains steadfast in its commitment to Burkina Faso. In conclusion, Russia's entry into Burkina Faso's oil sector marks a paradigm shift in the country's history.
Thank you for watching African Spotlight 24, where we bring you Africa's stories as they happen when they matter most. If you found value in today's coverage, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from across the continent. We're here to inform, inspire, and amplify the voice of Africa, and we're just getting started. Until next time, stay informed, stay proud, and stay with African Spotlight 24, where Africa tells its story.